Death pod. From a pod life to a pod death. Maybe the idea is to end up keeping you in one in between as well. You know, proper Matrix style with fields of pods. Farming, but not as you might think, in a way. With further speculation on that first phase in my articles Pod Life and Pod Life 2. But the latest development, after the 2021 announcement that suicide pods were to be available for the new scheme of MAID being introduced in certain countries, has given it an even further sinister twist. If there could be an even more than sinister twist to something like that. But nobody should be surprised that with the times we are in, one managed to occur. The talk in the media is, the first person who used it didn't die such a dignified and calm death after all, and looks like she was perhaps strangled to death instead, as the pod possibly malfunctioned. So, it could be a case of equipment failure, and the profits are looking too good to go back to the drawing board, or run further tests, so it was rushed through, as so much is. And then someone intervenes to get the results required for the live trial, just not in the way it was originally intended. Or, the entire purpose of things like that has a much darker purpose overall, for killers to get their kicks, for there to never be a victim who can say anything. And so much is used for entertainment these days, the idea that someone else gets to view it seems wholly reasonable. Just think of all the nasty, horrible films and exposure in the news of terrible crimes that have come and gone over the decades, exposing a very real and dark thread that runs through certain peoples in society. They walk among us, as they say. But the bigger idea of growing people in pods, making them stay in there for their whole life, to be harvested for energy, ideas, body parts, and whatever other soulless need has been invented, doesn't seem so far-fetched anymore. My article perhaps looked at the casually discussed ideas of warehouses for the living dead, so it's a very real idea, and one that should disturb any normal-minded person, especially when you see talk of growing babies in pods, and now end-of-life options also being offered to happen in pods. I can't help seeing a pattern emerge, unless, of course, it's just a coincidence.